with no canvas. Subscribe right now.
Right now, you're just getting hints. I'm just getting hints. I do reveal hints of what I see as I go. The next sonar shot that I send out is based on the last one I got in. Am I going to direct this slightly different? Is what I say going to be slightly different than what I just experienced? Yes, if I'm learning, it will be, sure. Otherwise, I'm doing the same thing. The same results, but do the same thing. So, I'm going to send out just a slightly altered, or maybe a revelation occurs to me. Maybe there's some large object coming up in my path as I'm about flying through the cave, and there's a sonar going right out. Whoa, I better get out of the way of that one real quick. Shoom. All of a sudden, I'm making a huge adjustment. But that's the way I view my world. And that's why I am very much about observation. And that's why I am Mr. Video Guy, you know. What better thing to use for observation, you know, until you can hook every single person up to a wire thing and plug them into a computer like the Matrix or whatever and observe them that way. You know, this is the height that I could do at the time. This is far superior than just drawing them, in my opinion, you know. If I was dead right now and people were looking at my art and I was able to get this out there somehow and for someone to hear this, my hope would be that one day they would say, oh, there's a guy that was onto something, like the master painters were, you know, like the master artists. And maybe he was struggling with it and didn't totally get it to where he was completely contented with it or totally understood it all. But he left enough clues to show that he was onto something. And maybe somebody else would go on, you know, with that same thing and develop it further. And I know people are. And, you know, just as the master painters, there were more than one, you know, going the same types of directions and compared their work with one another. Some of them were oblivious to others. But, you know, life has a vibration. You know, life has signals that it sends out, and people receive them. Whether or not they're aware that others are receiving them or not, and they're able to compare with one another is irrelevant. People receive them, they respond. Creative artists, if you study them, you'll find that many of them are responding to many of the same things, and some of them in the same ways, and some of them completely unique. My hope is not just to be unique for the sake of being unique. My hope is to be so well grounded and foundationally secure in what I am experiencing that I am never out of control, but I am constantly, consciously honing my artistic skills, and then one day consciously portraying them and pushing them onward and allowing someone else to somehow see what I'm seeing that's not the artist. And this is important what I'm saying right now, because my artistic name that I've adopted for myself, also is my handle on the internet, is Artsee1, A-R-T-S-E-E, the numeral 1. I use that for my email, my website. You know, everybody knows me by that name. And the reason why this is this way for me is because my ultimate goal is to transfer all that I see, that I truly understand and comprehend and see, inject my artistic vision into it, formulate all that it's going to be from that vision, and then be able to transfer it on to others. That's my purpose in life as a human being, as an artist. That's what my vision has shown me that I need to be doing. And so, ultimately, observation is key. Perspective is key. Balance is key. Control is key. Intuitiveness is key. Not keeping my hand busy constantly moving a brush and keeping my busy work going. That could be where I spend time with my family, or I'm producing something to make money, or whatever, just to get me by. But I'm not trying to polish the image. I'm not trying to represent the image in a different way and say, look at how I made this look, or whatever. whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to take what's actually there, perceive on a much higher level what it is, then use what I have as my artistic vision to translate what I get from that, and then inject that finding back into the world in a way that others that are not myself or not an artist in the way that I am can also share in that with me. And so then I have become a successful artist in my mind, because that's what I believe art is. That's what I believe art is meant to do. It's the transference of all that I've gained, in my point of view, to someone else that wasn't walking that road, if they choose to benefit from it or get anything out of it or whatever. That to me is what art is all about. And that's why I call myself Artsy1. And that's why it's all about observation, testing the waters, reflecting back as you go, but having a cumulative effort somehow be about what you're going to be about, what you're aiming for one day. Not waiting till one day have it all come out. Really, live a little bit of it each day, and put a little bit of it out there each day in every comment, everything that you do, everything you reflect onto others. Well, that's what I'm about. And I'm trying to become more about that. I'm still learning. I have to become more about that. I have to learn how I can be the best about that. How I can be all about that I can be. That's where this video has led me to go to. And that's where I was that was leading myself to get in a video. That's where I was able to step aside and let others have their voice on the video, but then they also helped me to develop my own voice. That's where so much of this has come from, so much of this is taking me. And just looking at it, they say that I am finally able to, in some ways, teach. They say that trying to teach is one of the best teachers. If I look into this and I try to describe what I'm thinking to someone else, I'm teaching myself. In spite of my errors, in spite of whatever I may not know today that I'll find out tomorrow, in spite of whatever else somebody else might give me some input on, it takes me in a different direction or bolsters me, I am actually benefiting by going through the artistic process. I know where I'm going, I know how I want to get there, and everything starts to become a teacher or support mechanism to get me there. Like I say, it's the sonar bouncing off the walls, sending me a clear image. I send it out, it bounces back, shows me what it's seen, I contemplate that, and send out another sonar signal. Well, that's what I do in my life. And that's what I want to share. Mainly in a abstract, more artistic type of process maybe now for somebody. It's maybe not as fully developed right here. This isn't the forum for it perhaps. But it's a description mechanism. It's like a placeholder. It's a bookmark. Right now, I have nothing else to do with these things but this. And it's pulling this out of me. It's already there, but it's pulling it out. And it's going to be a device that I can use for this. And hopefully, as more people comment and get in touch with me, that'll be a blessing as well. So, enough for the arty talk. These people are just having a good time, and I feel like I'm there today. Isn't that great too? That's great too. Wouldn't it be great if some little dragonfly could buzz around over your shoulder and record all your favorite moments in life? It doesn't work that way. You can do it yourself, but it's a lot of discipline. Most people just say after a while, oh, I want to stop doing those all the time. I want to just enjoy life, And, eventually you've got so many hours you can never look through it all, So at some point, you want to try to get the most important ones, like for the family, for instance. We'll go to the major events, We'll do some of the major holidays, try to get some of the major milestones in our lives, but we cannot be recording all the time. One of the drawbacks of this is that there's just too much. And like I was was saying earlier, wisdom is the ability, part of wisdom is the ability to know what to leave out while you're moving forward and deciding what to include in.
With no canvas, subscribe right now.